Do I have any other comments? If I could just explain with the changes that is in this policy, previously the board operated under both the committee structure and a caucus structure, which is also known as a committee of the whole, as is outlined in this policy. There are no other districts in the state of New Jersey that operate under both structures, so what we've done is we've not done away with the committees, we've combined them into a committee of the whole. So what that means is the conversation about the voting items happen at the caucus, where we do have a quorum of board members, and so that is a public meeting that is noted. It is the best place for the conversation around the voting items. We have identified board liaisons though, and that is an opportunity for board members to meet with liaisons in the districts, talk about emerging issues that may turn into voting items, say 3 to 9 months down the road. And the intention of those meetings is really to give the board liaisons visibility to big items so that we can better inform it, but also to recommend topics for discussion at the caucus or the general meeting. So rather than expecting all 9 board members to go to 10 committee meetings a month, they come to the caucus, and any item that requires discussion with more than 1 board member, we're going to try to escalate to the caucus or the general meeting for discussion, whether or not it's a voting item. So that's what is outlined in this policy, and I'd just like to see if there are any questions or comments.
Chair, is the public allowed to attend the caucus or committee at a whole meeting? And is there a chance for public comment also at the meeting should the public wish to attend? Is the public allowed to attend the committee as a whole or caucus meeting?
Correct.
And is there an opportunity for additional public comment at this meeting?
Correct. So the public can comment on any item that's in the book as well as any other education-related item. And that is actually the most appropriate place to have provide input because it is prior to the vote.
I don't understand. Ms. Lynn, please explain again what you're asking. I don't understand that. I mean, I want to know from you.
Is the public allowed, welcome, to come to these committee as a whole meetings? So
When you say committee as a whole, I'm sorry.
Caucus?
To our caucuses, they've always been allowed to do that.
So with the shift, they are also allowed to come to, so there's no really elimination, it's just so they're allowed. And there is an additional opportunity for those who are making an additional opportunity to hear, to speak at the caucus meetings and public comment.
That's correct. That's correct.
I was just verifying.
Okay.
The other comment I just wanted to make around this is our bylaws actually require us to update this policy within 1 meeting after, or within 2 meetings after the board reorganization. And so to comply with our bylaws and make sure that we are fulfilling our responsibilities as a board, that is why this one was voted on at the caucus. I actually share the sentiment that we should not be voting at the caucus unless it's absolutely necessary. We have done it in the past as well. It was done, I believe, on the QSAT scores. And as a result of that, that is why every caucus meeting is noticed in case there are emergent issues that need to be voted on.
I recall that we voted in the past, the board voted in the past, at a caucus to comply with the QSAC requirements of modifying policies. So it's a similar practice as what we've done.
We can't hear you. You're speaking too low.
In the past, with regard to complying with QSAC requirements, because we had to update our policies by a certain deadline. And we were running out of time because anytime you update the policies, it requires 2 readings.
Right.
First reading and second reading, you're up against the deadline, which required that we vote at a caucus meeting. All of our caucus meetings are advertised that there could be action taken at these meetings, just in case for some reason you have an emergent need, as was the case then, as was the case now. Because in this second instance, we were up against the fact that our own bylaws require that we modify them if we need to by this meeting date today.
However, this is the first time we've seen this in its regular form. All the papers we got previous to this were all red lines to everything, so you had to comb through it to be able to read it. This is the first time that we have seen it in its entirety in any type of regular form.
There was actually a board update. There was a board update.
I think that should be noted.
Well, I believe Dr. Ellis, when was the last board update sent? We included the, and we included the policy in